Ms. P.V., born in 1952, currently lives at 240, the 14th of October 41 NHC Street, VT City. In 2016, she began feeling extremely tired and experienced many unusual sharp pains in her abdomen, so she went to CR Hospital. After thorough examinations and scans, the doctors concluded that she had colon cancer and needed treatment. However, at that time Ms. P.V. had been practicing the Buddha's teachings for many years. She clearly understood that this illness was the karmic consequence of harmful deeds she had committed in the past. When she was young, in order to help her parents and take care of her younger siblings, she often caught crabs, snails, shrimp, fish, and other creatures for the family's meals. She did this for many years, and the number of crabs, snails, fish, shrimp, and other animals she caught and killed was extremely large, far too many to count. After growing up and starting her own family, she worked for a long time selling chicken porridge. On average, she slaughtered one chicken each day to cook porridge. Over nearly 20 years, the number of chickens she killed was about 6,000 to 7,000, which is by no means a small number. After learning the Buddha's teachings and understanding the law of cause and effect, karma, she realized that the killing karma she had created would sooner or later manifest as painful retribution upon her body. The only uncertainty was whether it would appear as an accident or as some illness. Therefore, when she discovered that she had cancer, she was not surprised. Moreover, she believed that no medicine could heal her illness better than the practices taught by the Buddha. Since this disease arose from karmic causes and consequences, it should be treated through transforming those very karmic causes. Only this approach addresses the root of the problem. Medical treatments such as medication and surgery, she believed, only deal with the symptoms. For that reason, she took her medical records and returned home to treat herself in her own way, rather than staying in the hospital to receive modern medical treatment. She believed that cancer is a disease with no true cure. Chemotherapy, radiation therapy, surgery, and medications are extremely expensive and merely prolong life in pain, while most patients ultimately still pass away. After returning home, she used all the money she had to buy animals for life release, releasing animals back to nature. In the past she had taken lives, and now that karma had manifested as illness. Therefore, if she wished to recover, she felt she must do the opposite, she must release lives. Near her home, in the evenings people often sold grilled horseshoe crabs. The sellers would cut open the shells of the still-living crabs, exposing their egg-filled abdomens containing tens of thousands of eggs, then place them on grills to roast. The poor crabs and their countless eggs would slowly burn and die in agony, and the strong smell of grilled crab filled the entire area. Seeing this, she chose to release horseshoe crabs. She bought those crabs that were waiting to be grilled and released them back into the sea. Altogether, the total weight she released likely amounted to several hundred kilograms. If one counts the eggs, each egg potentially becoming a living being, then the number of lives she saved may have reached millions upon millions. In addition, she also bought eels and snails to release into freshwater lakes. She devoted herself wholeheartedly to releasing animals with all the ability she had, without calculating how many would be enough or when she should stop. Before releasing the animals, she invited a Buddhist chanting group to perform a life release ceremony, taking refuge, giving teachings, chanting sutras, and reciting the Buddha's name, praying that these animals might soon escape the animal realm and be reborn in the Pure Land before releasing them. If we simply release animals, we certainly gain merit, but the animals themselves may not receive great benefit, because due to their karma they may be reborn again as animals in their next life. However, if we follow the life release ritual, reciting it before releasing them, or at least helping them take refuge, offering guidance, and reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha 108 times for them to hear, then they can more quickly escape the animal realm and be reborn as humans or even in the pure land of ultimate bliss. Through the karmic connection of taking refuge and hearing the Buddha's name today, they may practice in future lives and eventually attain liberation from the 6 realms of rebirth. Thus, the merit we accumulate is truly immeasurable. Every day when she had free time, she continuously repented for the karmic offenses she had committed, both in this life and in past lives. She practiced diligently without fatigue, constantly reciting the Buddha's name and chanting the Great Compassion mantra. Whatever merit she accumulated she dedicated to her karmic creditors, the animals she had killed in the past. After about a month of practicing in this way, she gradually began to feel stronger. The restless pain in the lower abdomen where the cancer had been located disappeared, and her body felt lighter and more comfortable. Seeing this, her faith in the Buddha's teachings became even stronger, and she practiced more diligently, reciting the Buddha's name and releasing animals even more frequently. As a result, the illness improved even faster. Only a few months later, she felt completely healthy like a normal person again. She was even able to join the chanting group to assist other people by reciting the Buddha's name for them every day. Each chanting session lasted about an hour, which would already be tiring for an ordinary person, yet she could participate in several sessions in a single day without any difficulty. It was truly remarkable. By 2019, 3 years later, she remained very healthy. Her complexion was rosy, her voice strong and clear, and aside from the occasional mild cold, she had no significant illnesses. She continues to assist others in chanting with enthusiasm and dedication. She has not returned to the hospital for further examinations to check whether cancer cells remain. According to her, instead of spending money on medical tests, it is better to use that money to buy animals to release. Her health remains excellent, better than many people in their 60s and 70s like herself. Is that not the most meaningful test result? This demonstrates one thing: she made the right decision. If she had stayed in the hospital for chemotherapy or radiation therapy after receiving the cancer diagnosis, she believes she might have already passed away like many other cancer patients who were diagnosed at the same time as she was. A study conducted over more than 25 years by Hardin B. Jones, a former professor of physics and medical physiology at University of California, Berkeley, concluded that chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and surgery are often ineffective in extending cancer patients' lives. In many cases, cancer patients who undergo chemotherapy die much earlier than those who refuse treatment. Patients who receive chemotherapy still face death, but often with far greater suffering. Dr. Jones stated in the Journal of the New York Academy of Sciences, those who refuse treatment live on average 12.5 years longer than those who undergo chemotherapy. During chemotherapy, healthy cells are often destroyed sooner than cancer cells, weakening the body and reducing its ability to fight disease. Combined with the toxic side effects of chemotherapy, the body gradually loses the immune system that could otherwise help sustain life and heal itself. In 1969, he presented his research at a scientific authors' workshop of the American Cancer Society, and his surprising findings have continued to stir debate in the cancer treatment community ever since. Jones told Midnight Magazine, "It is not cancer that kills the patient, but the gradual collapse of the immune system that leads to death." Ms. PV was not aware of the results of this research. However, through her understanding of karma and the Buddha's teachings, she made what she believed to be a wise decision. That decision not only helped her overcome cancer and restore her health in a seemingly miraculous way, but also allowed her to resolve karmic debts accumulated across many lifetimes with her karmic creditors. At the same time, she accumulated immeasurable merit and cultivated the seed of enlightenment, body, within her consciousness, for herself and for those beings she saved, for this life and for countless future lives. This, ultimately, is the most important goal that the Buddha's teachings seek to bring to the world.